Not only is it a joke, Cass, really, it's quite grotesque to think that is a suggestion that €1 billion, as it is, that could be spent on one player. But obviously, Kylian Mbappe, he's still a PSG player. He has for a long time been sort of mooted to move to Real Madrid. It didn't work out most recently when it looked like that was on the cards. Where do you see his long-term future? Will he stick at PSG? Will he move to Spain? Is that inevitable?
Well, when you look at the numbers of the deal that was put in front of him to keep him last time, and you can sort of guess it was around 100, 150 million sign-on fee for him alone. That's without wages. What's it going to be next time? It's not going to be cheaper. If Ronaldo can go to the Middle East and get 200 million euros or whatever it is, whatever currency, even if it's sterling, okay, if he can go there, what are they going to pay Kylian Mbappe? It's going to be way more. He's 23 years old, you know, and there's one thing he's got. It was really weird watching the final, Nat, because when I watched him and I was thinking, for 75 minutes, he's hardly had a kick and he was really being, you know, stopped at every level. And then he gets a penalty. And then when he gets the chance, and this is what the greatest players do, when they're not having a very good game, he then volleys it in the bottom corner and gives Martinez no chance in goal for Argentina. That is a strike of a player of the highest value. So don't be surprised whatever contract gets thrown at him in 18 months' time, what offer it would be to stay, because it could be the kitchen sink and everything. Because if one club can do it, it's definitely PSG. And the fact that he's a Parisian lad anyway, and he left Paris to go to Monaco and then wanted to come back to Paris, the club that he grew up and where he lived, all around on the suburbs of Paris. I can see him being there for a hell of a long time, because there's just no one that's going to... You know, Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp openly admitted they could... If Liverpool were looking to buy him or take him and hoping his contract, what were they going to pay him? They were going to have to pay him way more than they've ever paid any player by a country mile. So they were actually looking at numbers. If they're having a conversation with him, they were trying to convince him that to come to the team who are European champions.
But should that happen? Should clubs actually be
It
doing...
will happen. It's not really a case of shouldn't that. If he was going to say, I want to go to Man United, I want to go here, everyone's going to take him. First of all, because even if you give him 200-300 million, you're going to get your money back on revenue easily by merchandising and his stature now in world football. And also, someone will pay a ridiculous fee for him. But he's in a position, he's only signing relatively short contracts. So the last contract was 3 years. So after a year, 18 months, he's basically renegotiating again quite quickly. Yeah. And the longer it goes, the more he gets.
I have to ask the question, but only because we're here in England and the Premier League is our main league here, of course. Do you think we'd ever see him play here then? Do you think it is ever likely? And you mentioned Liverpool, but do you think we'll see that? Or will it only be maybe towards the latter stages of his career if we were to ever see him here?
I'd be surprised if he comes to the Premier League, even though we've got the strongest league in the world football.
Ever? You don't ever anticipate
maybe slightly towards the end of his career, but I don't think he's leaving Paris to come to England. If there is an option, it was always going to be Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But can really Real Madrid compete with the numbers that PSG will do? No chance. Absolutely no chance. He'd only have to go there with saying, well, this really isn't about the money. He's going to get a shed load wherever he goes. But the shed's going to be more than a shed. It's going to be a absolute king's ransom to stop him signing for PSG again.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.